Hey everybody, John here from the Resistance Broadcast and Star Wars Newsnet, just giving you my quick, immediate, 1 minute or so instant reaction to Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 4. I just finished watching it, so I don't have notes or anything like that, just my immediate, instant reaction, what's stuck in my head, stuff like that. So this was another rescue mission, and this time they are going to the Inquisitorius headquarters, where Leia has been captured by Reva, and Obi-Wan gets there with the help of Tala. We finally meet O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character. He is working with the rebellion. He's a new character, as we may have expected. Also Maya Erskine, also a new character playing Rebel pilot. A very nostalgic episode in a strange sense, where they made the Inquisitorius headquarters set up almost like the Death Star, and then we have Obi-Wan sneaking around like he did in A New Hope with Alec Guinness. In that movie, obviously, was to deactivate the tractor beam, but in this one, he's trying to find Leia. And obviously, that's another callback to A New Hope, where it's a very Death Star looking, feeling environment with the sounds, the alarms, the mouse droids, the stormtroopers. So another callback to A New Hope with a rescue of Leia. This time it's Kenobi doing it. So a lot of nostalgia feels in this one. Obviously you have Darth Vader and Obi-Wan sort of just missing each other, as I may have expected would happen in this series. But Reva being the center of attention from the dark side perspective here, with a little sprinkle of Vader, which I actually enjoyed quite a bit. One thing that really stood out to me was those parallels they did with Obi-Wan in the bacta tank and Vader in the bacta tank, and seeing how one is in there to heal, one's in there just to survive, but the two paths getting a little closer together in that regard, and maybe Obi-Wan starting to feel with what Anakin went through a little bit. Not saying that's going to change how he feels, of course, because we know how that story ends between the two of them, but I was relieved to see that they didn't go too far with the bacta tank thing with Obi-Wan Kenobi. They did a lot of that with Book of Boba Fett, so if they had him in that tank and started having flashbacks, I wouldn't have been that big of a fan of it. I thought Leia was great in this episode. I'm liked that they made her vulnerable, that she needed help, that she wasn't just this, completely independent and brave little child. Kids need to be kids sometimes. We know who she is and how important she is, but I think they pushed the right buttons in terms of how to deliver her across here. Now, what's left? Lola now being a tracker, almost like a little probe droid in a sense, so we'll see what that brings. But again, another callback to A New Hope, that she placed a tracker on the ship and Vader was like, okay. And the final thing, Vader is absolutely only concerned about Kenobi, because the moment Reva said Kenobi's all that matters, Vader lets her go. And that's what I've been speculating for quite a bit now, is that Reva is just out to impress Vader. He's the top dog in her eyes. Obviously, there's the Emperor lurking at some point, but if she can get Vader's approval, then she can move up the ranks and become Grand Inquisitor, and she knows all Vader cares about is Kenobi, so that's her focus too. So that's my instant reaction. I really liked this episode a lot. There were a lot of big shots that did make it feel more cinematic than the last episode, which looked like it was just filmed in the hills and mountains of Southern California. This one felt like we were in Star Wars somewhere, so I really dug that a lot. So for my full reaction, be sure to tune in tonight at 9 p.m. East as TRB goes live, and we do our full breakdown and reaction review of Part 4 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obviously, I'll be joined by James and Lacey as always, so tune in live to us. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Star Wars Newsnet videos. Always going to Star Wars Newsnet for all of your Star Wars news, reviews, editorials, information, and more. You can find me on Twitter at Johnny Hoey. And again, live tonight, TRB Live, as we talk all about Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 4. And until then, I'll see you around, kids.